Going to get started in just a minute here, but want to make sure you know we put some snacks and some waters and some sodas out there. Getting toward the end of the day, if you want to grab one, help yourself. And we're going to get started just in a second talking about technology and transparency in supply chain sourcing. Really excited about this. This group, Ingredientsonline.com, has a platform that we think is really revolutionary for this market. So look forward to having a couple of their top executives up here to talk through what it is they're doing and how it impacts our industry and your businesses. So give us just a minute and we'll get started. Thanks. Hello everybody, we're back and want to thank you for coming out to the show, Ingredient Marketplace. Second year here in Florida, really excited about the event and having all of you here. And really excited about this session. I asked to put this one together and moderate it myself just because I think it's so important. As many of you know, sourcing ingredients is not the easiest thing in the world sometimes, between traceability and transparency and document gathering and all those things we have to do that. And what Ingredientsonline.com is doing is trying to really change that in a positive way to make all of our lives a little bit easier and transparency a lot more transparent. So I have a great couple of executives here from the team. Next to me in the middle is the founder and president of Ingredients Online, Sherry Wong. Sherry has a great history in logistics and shipping and supply chains and all of that she brings to the table here, especially with this new idea, Ingredientsonline.com. And many of you know on the far end here, good friend Peggy Jackson, who I've had the pleasure of working with for almost 20 years now. Really, we were kind of the team along with Heather who built this whole supply side, ingredient marketplace, natural products insider thing. Yeah. And so Peggy is now Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Ingredientsonline.com. She brings a lot of experience, obviously, from the years here at supply side to this new technological advancement. So really happy to have both of you here. Absolutely. And really excited to share a little bit about what's going on for those of you who may not know it. And also, just down the aisle, about 2 booths down, Ingredientsonline.com has their booth. They're giving demos there. If you want to ask some questions and see how the site works, they're there today, all day tomorrow, and I would encourage you to do that. But first off, welcome, and thanks for making some time. I said it, and I mean it sincerely. I think what you're doing is really revolutionary in trying to address some of the biggest challenges in the supply chain and sourcing ingredients. And I guess, Sherry, where I'd want to start for everyone is just a little bit about, why you're doing this, building this Ingredientsonline.com platform for the industry. What's your motivation?
Yeah, actually, let's talk a few minutes about the challenges of supply chain. I think there's a few major challenges here. Number one is the lack of transparency. People just, the brokers, they often, typically hiding this identity of factories. It's a secret from customers. They sell different prices to different customers. They also, it said inventory is there, but it isn't. And second is there's many middle channels, so it's increased the cost to the buyer. And third is there's so many, the process of this ordering process is take too long because there's so many places you can buy ingredients and take people half a day to a whole day, even longer to compare the pricing and decide a vendor. And the last one is too many vendors, so you have to go to so many places to assemble ingredients. That's why we thought, hey, can we create something much easier, much transparency? That's why Ingredients Online is here for us.
It is a very complex, up until now, a very complex process.
So I think just to add to what Sherry has said is, we can identify with what the challenges are for you as buyers or as CEOs and presidents running the companies. We understand that your manufacturing process is very strict, and to keep on schedule, you have to make sure you have inventory. And when you place that order, you need to know it's coming and when it's coming, not that it's sitting out in the ocean somewhere on a boat. So our transparency is everything on our website is extremely transparent. You can see inventory levels. You can see where that warehouse is, New Jersey or California. You can see exactly how much inventory we have. So the delays in your manufacturing process, we've taken that problem away from you. So I think transparency is our number one benefit for you, and it's probably your number one problem. So we're here to help you make your jobs, your lives a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the word that I've seen you use is radical transparency, and it really is. And we're going to talk a little bit about what some of those features are on the website itself and in
Yeah.
the service itself. But it really is pretty radical, the amount of transparency that you're bringing here, things that I haven't frankly seen done before in the market. So maybe we can talk a little bit about that for the people who aren't necessarily familiar with everything that Ingredientsonline.com is doing and how you're trying to address these areas, whether it's the inefficiencies or the lack of transparency or the turnaround times and all these things. And I've noticed that you really kind of put the benefits into three main categories that make it pretty easy to understand. And so know more, do more, and get more, you know, which I'd like to talk a little bit about each one. When we say, you know more for the buyers, for the supply chain people, for those here in the audience and here at the show and in the industry, what does that mean? How is it that Ingredientsonline.com can help them know more in their job?
No more is we want you know your factories. Yeah, because it's important that you know where that ingredients come from. So with the transparency, you will see where this factory is and how they qualify to produce those ingredients. So we do factory audits, we do, the qualifications, you know the documentations. So you know your factory very well, in and out, so you have a peace of mind when you purchase online.
So when you go on Ingredientsonline.com and you're looking at a specific ingredient, you know who the actual primary manufacturer, who that factory is, and you can learn about them.
Yes.
And we've taken that one step further. So not only do you know your factory, we have a team that goes out and audits that factory. So that's a huge concern that you don't have to travel overseas to do that auditing. Our team has done the auditing. We take those ingredients then into our testing labs, and if they pass those two qualifications, first the factory inspection, then the in-house testing, then we'll bring the product to the United States and we'll send it out for third-party testing. So again, we're trying to be your arms and legs. We are taking away your challenges. We're trying to help make your jobs just a little bit easier, and
Yes.
this platform does that.
Yeah, and so when you do those audits of those factories, I mean, you're doing things like obviously checking for their compliance, but also the working conditions, the treatment of the workers, their
Emissions.
environmental policies.
Yeah.
So a pretty detailed audit before a manufacturer can even be on Ingredientsonline.com as a
Absolutely.
platform.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. And then the next part about that is kind of knowing those ingredients, with the transparency there. Tell us a little bit about that. With the ingredients themselves.
The ingredients, because we want you know the qualifications of each ingredient. The important is just like Peggy said earlier, we want selective those factories who is qualified to bring those ingredients to the United States. So know the ingredients and know the quality of the ingredients is to us is the key of this.
And I think on the platform, it's just with one click, you can request a sample. You can download the QA/QC documentation for that specific
Yeah.
ingredient, that specific lot.
Yes.
Something that is really a pain point, what I hear a lot, is gathering that type of documentation
Which
for an
takes
ingredient.
hours and hours and days sometimes. So all the QA/QC docs are, you just point and click and download them, and you don't have to make phone calls and chase them down and spend time, which is money. It's just a very efficient way to get the documentation in your hands. Just point and click.
And then the third part is the cost. You said time is money. Well, money's money too, and,
Yeah.
and so knowing more about the actual cost for
Yes,
these ingredients.
The factory director did give us the very saving money because of the factory direct, and also the tier pricing. The more you buy, the more you save, and
Yeah.
also the reward points we have there. So the $100 you get 1 point, so which is the 1% of the discount.
So the more you
As
buy,
additional.
you accrue more of the future discounts. But the part that I find the most interesting is the transparency of the actual prices are right there.
Right there.
Right there for you to see.
And if you know you have a big order coming up, you can choose the next tier to buy more volume and get a better price, and then it just depends on your production schedules.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think is really important is that we are factory direct. So we don't have extra costs with brokers and distributors, et cetera. And sorry for all you brokers and distributors out there, but I mean, we are factory direct and we have the factory pricing
Yeah.
available.
So
and also we have the volume discount.
Yeah.
So the more volume you're purchasing, so you can easily submit the idea pricing you're looking for, and then submit it to the factory, and then get a response from them for if they accept your pricing or they give you, counter offer.
So that feature is kind of like Priceline.com. If you're shopping high volumes, just enter it into our system, and the factory will get back to you. And if you're doing a lot of volume, we can save you a lot of money.
I just think the radical transparency of having all the prices and all the breaks for the different quantities
Yeah.
right there for everybody to see is pretty unique.
Absolutely.
So that's the know more. You also talk about getting more. And doing more. I wanted to go to next. Let's talk a little bit about that. So we're talking about workflows and processes, and everybody out here, it's not an easy job to
Yeah.
source ingredients right now. It never has
So we did all
been.
the work for you. So this is a 27, 24/7. So you can order online anytime. There's no limitations. So often we see people order 9 o'clock at night or 4 o'clock in the morning. So there's no limitations, no business hours. You can always online to purchase the ingredients you're looking for.
So from anywhere, at any time, you can do your job.
Yes.
And you're not dependent on waiting for somebody to call you back or return your
Right.
email. That said, you still have 24/7 customer support. It's not like it's just a machine.
We do. We have, for every account, we have a sales associate, we have a customer service associate, we have live online chat. So it's not like you're just dealing with Amazon.com, a big, website. We do actually have humans that you can work with as well. So it's your choice. It's really your choice. But the efficiencies of the platform are very much like Amazon.com, and if you just want to point and click and buy, we've got that for you. We can make that very efficient for you.
And I mean, so real-time inventory, you actually know
Real-time.
what's in stock
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Orders that are placed by 2 p.m. get shipped the same day. All of it's done online. So there's the whole transaction is actually done online.
Right.
Just a very, from a time standpoint, very efficient way of sourcing.
Yes.
That's really
We
new
don't
to this
need
market.
worry about the lead time, because if you order before 2 o'clock, we will ship it to the same day. And not only that, because the transparency of the inventory level, so you know your delivery is guaranteed.
No more back orders, right? People don't like back orders, especially when they're waiting to start a job based on getting those materials in.
Right.
And just one material not coming in on time can delay the
They're
whole
stuck.
project,
Right.
and you can't
And
do
that's
anything.
a lot of money.
A lot of money
Lot
just
of
sitting
money.
there waiting. So
Exactly.
this alleviates that.
Yeah.
I think it really, in some cases, I've heard people who use the platform say that it can shave what could take weeks to days and shave what can take days to hours
Absolutely.
in some cases,
Yeah.
which is a huge amount of efficiency. Let's also talk a little bit about getting more. And when I hear get more, that makes me think about costs, savings, money. We all want to get more for our money or for our time. Tell us a little bit about how the platform helps people in ingredient sourcing actually get more.
Yeah, I think with this factory directs, of course you save money. With all the documentation, pricing online, you don't need to compare pricing, spend so much time to compare the price and decide, the vendors. You can easily go there, see the price clear marked over there with the different volumes. And you see the volume discount there, so you decide if you have a high volume orders, you can go there and get a better price. And you documentation online over there, so you can click and download all the documentation which a few clicks. And also you see the inventory there, you can decide a plan you purchasing. So you get all those benefits right there just on a website.
And it all goes all the way down to the logistics of getting the material too with the shipping, I think. You can actually get a shipping quote and choose your shipping terms
Absolutely,
right there.
And I think one of the unique features, and maybe people don't understand this sometimes, that we actually warehouse the inventory. So if it's clearly, transparently listed on our website how much inventory we have in each location. So you order by 2 and we're going to ship it to you that day.
Yeah. And also we have the next stocking date there as well.
Yes.
So you can see when the next shipment will be there. So you are planning your purchase.
So you're really just to talk about radical transparency, you're opening up all of this data
Yes.
To the market and saying this is the reality of what's in stock, what's coming that's going to be in stock, what the price is, what the price breaks are at quantity. All of that is just right there at your fingertips on your computer for you to use.
Yeah.
So, and as far as getting more, I think it depends on what your title is and what you get out of it. If you're a QA, QC person, you can get all the documentation right there. If you're a C-level, we could save you a lot of money. We could save you a lot of time. If you're a buyer, more power to you because you have hard jobs and you guys have been working that phone and trying to find inventory, but we can simplify your lives. We can save you hours and hours, if not days, in sourcing any ingredient. And we have a feature where if you can't find it, plug it into our system. Our buyers will go find it for you. So we're just we created a tool to help you.
Yeah, it's a workflow tool. One of my favorite tools that's on the site is the reorder function. If you have an order that you've already placed and you want to place it again,
One click.
one click.
Yeah. And also we have eliminated all the credit card transaction fees for the online order accounts. So that means you don't need to pay the transaction fees for the credit card payments. You also have we call the sample. The R&D people love us very much for that function because they can just collect an online sample for free. Then you can get all your samples and along with the documentation, just a few clicks. So we send it to you next day.
Yeah, the features, it's a long list of features, and so I would encourage everybody to do it. If you haven't already done it, take one of the demos at the booth just down the aisle right here. Won't take you but a few minutes, and you'll see for yourself how this can apply to what you do. But to me, it's a game changer in the way that people do their jobs, and I think it's already. Yeah, I'd like to talk about a couple of specifics because this isn't just a concept. This is already out there. People are using it. How many people are using Ingredientsonline.com right now, roughly, already, buyers?
Yeah, we have a close to 3,000 registered.
Yeah, so close to 3,000 registered users that are using this platform to help them with their daily job of finding and sourcing ingredients. That's a pretty significant number, and I would say that means that probably if you're involved in that part of the business, good to pay attention and find out what's going on there.
And the 3,000 represents a very diverse group. It's small companies, it's large companies, medium companies. It's from various industries, nutraceutical, pharmaceutical, pet, cosmetics. So it's not, it's not just one specific small company or large company. We have a very diverse group of customers.
It's really the same group that you and I have been dealing with for years,
that are walking
right?
this floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is just a workflow tool for all of them
It's a new tool.
to make their lives
We
easier.
also see the trends here is we noticed that the shopping cart have multiple items there. We often see the shopping cart have 10, 20 different ingredients in it. So they're able to assemble their ingredients from one one place.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So as a platform, how many ingredients are currently available through ingredientsonline.com? How many different ingredients?
We have over 500 ingredients right now, so we're planning to have over 1,000 by end of this year.
And then to continue growing from
We're
there.
pretty much adding new ingredients to the platform almost every day.
Yeah. And how many factories, actual manufacturing factories?
50 factories is a factory direct right now.
And you're still adding to that.
We're adding every day, yes.
Almost every
We're
day.
qualifying them. There's a big process, so it takes some time to qualify them, but yes, we're working, we have teams working on that as well.
Yeah. So this is the kind of thing that as more and more factories come online and as more and more ingredients come online and more buyers and users come online, this becomes a really powerful thing for the industry, I think, for
Yes.
efficiency,
Yes.
transparency, cost savings, documentation, all of these things. I think what you're doing is actually really important at this point in the industry's evolution right now.
We're proud of ourselves.
Yeah, I think you should be. It's a really important thing that you're doing.